Today I'm talking release with the driver. I get the circles back out. I also set fire to the range yet again, and I hit some one-handed shots. Today we're back talking driver, and I am super excited to show you how to get that driver high, drawn, and at your target. Now, I did a video where I hit a bunch of golf shots with just my left hand, and I showed you how easy that is. You can check it out on this video here. Now, hitting down 4 degrees, straight path, and a face to path value that's negative certainly gives you the opportunity to hit draw. Now, as you will know, if you're a mega follower of Good Golf Coaching, the grip is crucial, and the shape of that left wrist down through strike, the crease in that left wrist down through strike, as opposed to the bowing that everyone wants to recommend. That crease down through strike ultimately is the caveat and the conduit to making you take the face to path value from being negative at 7.8 to feeling way more neutral when I come through and encourage that left wrist to be a little bit more creased. You can see I can now ease off of the face to path value and hit it a little bit higher and straighter. Now, this is a very easy, well, very is kind of overselling it, Stuart, somewhat, an easier drill when it comes to swinging just your common or garden 7-iron on a mat with your lead hand. She's not too tricky. When it comes to hitting driver with just your left hand, this, however, my little pedigree chums, is somewhat of more tricky situation. Yes, it's a more tricky situation. Now, why might you think that would be? Why might you think that hitting the golf ball with driver would be harder to straighten it up? The reality is the lever is longer. The lever is longer, and so therefore the time that I now need to leave down through strike to allow this golf club to swing all of a sudden is that much longer. So now when I swing this driver, feeling like the driver can swing a little bit more gives me the chance to now get the face to path a little bit more neutral. Let's talk about this switch over point. The switch over point is the big key to hitting driver well. And what do I mean by this switch over point? The point at which the grip moves towards the golfer down through strike, and the point that the club can swing. The grip moving towards you and the club swinging. That point there is the ingredient that's going to allow you the best possible chance to square the golf shot up. And you can see the direction this grip needs to move in to make that club swing enough for you. Where we've been encouraged for so long to hit the ball from the inside in a variety of nonsense ways, when you recognize that that lead hand moving towards the golfer through strike and the club then having an opportunity to swing, if you were to go down the range and just start to make some dolly swings, some very, very, sorry if you're called Dolly out there, I love that name, by the way, almost as much as Mrs. Miggins. She does great pies. Now, if you're not familiar with my Mrs. Miggins, it was a character in Blackadder, a great British comedy here in the UK. Rowan Atkinson, you would have heard of him. So grip towards me, club swinging. That club swinging, look how it puts the kink back in the left wrist. Now, putting the kink back in the left wrist, if you have a garbage golf grip, this will not work. I show you a garbage golf grip where there's no kink. Yes, you might show me 4 knuckles address, and then I try and do exactly the same thing. Look at how that club face all of a sudden looks a little bit worse for wear. So I now put my grip on, and a few people have talked about how I put the grip on the golf club. It's just my way of finding it. So the grip moving back towards the golfer, the club now swings. So going back to what I was getting at before I went off at a tangent, the grip moving back towards us, a few little dolly swings here where we're really moving slowly, the grip moving back, the club is going to swing and strike the golf ball. Now you can see in slow-mo in that video how that club wants to unload. Unfortunately, TrackMan doesn't like it at that speed. Moving towards me, club swinging. Moving towards me, club swinging. And you can see that that's going to promote up strike, club face pointing to the left. And I think what's really, really exciting when you see that in slow motion, you really get to see the direction that club head is trying to swing in, even though this grip is moving back towards me, which when you then start to think about that grip moving forwards, how it would now give you the best possible chance to start to give you that sensation down through strike. So that sensation of moving forwards, the grip forwards, and now working under and swinging through. So now I put that with a shot. That's my overriding sensation that allows me to hit up, get a path straight and a face to path close. Now, a few people talk about push draw, pull draw and all that nonsense. As far as I'm concerned, to make this golf swing as wholesome as possible, we want to make a circle around me where the path is as neutral as possible. Now, when I set up to the golf ball in this arrangement here with the driver, can you see that my circle is straight here? Now the path is going to start to come a little bit more towards the left of the target, back inside again. So the more I start to strike up on the golf ball, the more everything is going to look left with face close to path. Path is left a degree, face is close to the path a degree and a bit, because I've hit up quite excessively. So why would I try to start changing my arms and the delivery to line that up when all I need to do is aim a little bit down the right? It's not an exact science, but if I was to deliver that same ball flight by feeling how this grip moving forwards and this swing moment of the grip would then start to give me that up strike, that path and face to path value that's going to give me that draw spin, making your life hard work by trying to swing from the inside and swing out to the right and all that garbage, which is exactly the problem that's got everyone in this disarray with driver. So this release pattern with the left hand, that's the pivotal point between the shoulder and the head, that track of the grip going back towards you and the club swinging, this is the epicenter of the golf swing. How you get that grip to do that, well, that's what all of my content is about. How we use the feet, how we use the rotation, the track of the shoulder. Just go watch my broom series. That will start to really open up your eyes into how important the grip moving forwards in your transition is. Now people will say again, your grip's not going a long way forward, Stuart. That's not what's really happening. Look at your video. Look at your swing. It's not what's happening. Well, maybe not what you see, but it's certainly what I'm influencing. So therefore, I'm absolutely influencing my grip forwards so that I can get this switch over point down at the bottom. The grip towards me, the club swinging. How the switch over point feels, how that grip can work back under me and the club can swing. Grip moving back under me, club can swing. That'll allow me to really start to feel like I can take ownership of the path line and the face to path line. So it's a really, really different sensation of how the grip and the head interact with driver. There's more time needed, of course, because the lever arm is longer, but ultimately it's the same for all the golf clubs. It's just that when that grip moves back towards the golfer, and let me just show you that. When the grip moves back towards the golfer, can you see how that's actually making the club feel a little bit higher and a little bit steeper, which will actually give you more swing moment. You can check out more of what I talk about there in that video up on your screen. So let's see if we can send you out with a really nice drive here. Grip forwards, handle down and swing. Alrighty. So hopefully we've given you some insights into what's going on with the leverage, with the driver. It's no different, as I say, no different between. Are you tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves? Head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves tried and trusted by elite amateurs and tour players alike. Enter my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out, you won't be disappointed. Between the irons and the driver, it's just gonna feel a little bit overwhelming how much that grip needs to move towards you to allow the club head to swing over. And the more that face to path value becomes negative, the more you need to put kink in that lead wrist. Hopefully that's given you some insights with the driver. Thank you so much for being here. And if I've offered up something to your golf, do consider subscribing. And that, my friends, is good coaching.